Adrienne.
Markey, that is so interesting. And we are actually joined now to continue this conversation by one of the other candidates running in today's Nebraska primary in the governor's race, Democratic State Senator Carol Blood. Thank you so much for making time for us. Our Markey Martin talking about Democrats switching parties to Republican. Does that concern you as a Democrat?
You know, that doesn't concern us. We've known since March that that was going to happen. That was actually one of the candidates' marketing plan because they didn't have enough Republican votes. And they basically said, hey, it's going to be a Republican anyway. Why not vote for me? Wow. But our numbers say differently.
What are your numbers saying? Because I think, just in judging what Washington is going through, I'm not sure if it's mirrored exactly in Nebraska, but isn't there a lot of dissatisfaction in the Democratic Party right now?
You know, I don't know there's dissatisfaction. What I think is that there's been frustration because we haven't had a Democrat win in the state of Nebraska in decades. But what we know is that people are sick and tired of the us versus them narrative in both parties. And people want to bring an adult into the room. And that's why we really think that this one election is going to be very different than the elections in the previous 20 years.
You have a quote that I think Democrats and Republicans would very strongly agree with. You said, we've known for 20 years we're going to have a nursing shortage. We've known for 20 years we're going to have a truck driver shortage, a shortage in the trades. And what did we do? We waited until it was a crisis to address it. What do you believe can be done now, or are we too far down the road on some of these major industry issues?
We are not too far down the road. The issue with Nebraska is that we do knee-jerk reactions. We are basically just writing checks in Nebraska. We've never had a strategic plan where we bring everybody to the table and decide what we want for the future of Nebraska, no matter who they look like, what their party is, where they come from, how they identify. We need to bring everyone back together for a better future for all. So with strategic planning, then our budget will mirror our goals, and we'll actually be able to spend tax dollars more efficiently. That's what sets me apart from the other candidates as well. I'm the only candidate that has a plan, and I'm the only candidate telling the truth about why things haven't been working.
You know, and it's interesting, you talked about just like writing checks, but that's the critique of some in the Democratic Party, including our own president, President Biden, that there's been excessive spending, but a lack of a plan. Let's go to one of your potential GOP opponents, Brett Lindstrom. He tweeted, Joe Biden continues to demonstrate that he doesn't care about the struggles everyday Nebraskans are facing due to his disastrous policies. When it comes to issues like immigration reform, which a lot of people are concerned about across party lines, no formal new plan for immigration in light of the recent decision to remove Title 42. When you think about some of the Build Back Better agenda, what is your stance on some of those policies?
You know, first of all, I want to say that tweet is just more smoke and mirrors. Again, none of the Nebraska candidates are talking about real issues that affect everyday Nebraskans. They want you to be more concerned about what's going on at the federal level, which is really not our job, because if they do that, they never have to solve the real problems that everyday Nebraskans face. And it's something that's worked very well for decades, and we're not going to let that happen anymore. So when it comes to things like immigration, what I know, because we have a worker shortage, is that Nebraskans want good bipartisan federal laws that help immigrants be in our state legally. We don't want to hire undocumented immigrants. We want to hire people that are here legally, but we know that our hospitality industry, our ag industry, our meat packing plants, heck, you don't have to look any further than our med center to see our scientists and our doctors who come from other countries to know how important immigration is to Nebraska. We don't have the population to fill those jobs.
Nebraska State Senator Carol Blood, I know that you have a busy day with the primaries going on today. Thank you for sharing your perspective. Again, a lot of talking points that we are going to continue to discuss right here on Morning in America. We appreciate your time. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.